You know, there's something I hear from so many people over 60, and it breaks my heart a little every time. They say, making friends at this age, it's just too hard. Maybe you felt that way too. Maybe you've thought, I'm too shy, or on everyone already has their own friends, or even, what if people don't want to get to know me? Well, I'm here to tell you something important. It's never too late to make new friends. And you don't have to be the life of the party to do it. In fact, some of the deepest, most meaningful friendships are built quietly, step by step, by people who thought they were too shy to connect. That's why today we're talking about how to make new friends after 60, even if you're shy. And I'm going to share 4 easy, practical ways to do it. No pressure, no awkwardness, just simple, doable steps that can help you meet wonderful people and build friendships that light up your life. Now let's start with the first way, and this one's perfect if you're not quite ready to dive into big social situations just yet. Check 1. Start small with familiar places. You don't have to go to a crowded party or force yourself into uncomfortable situations to meet people. In fact, some of the best friendships begin in the places you already go every day. Think about it. The local library, your favorite coffee shop, the park where you take your morning walk. These are places where you're already comfortable, and that makes it so much easier to strike up a conversation. Here's how to do it. Smile and make eye contact. It sounds simple, but a warm smile is like an open door. If you see someone regularly, maybe they're always at the same library table or walking their dog at the same time as you, a smile and a nod can be the first step. Comment on something around you. You don't need a grand introduction. Just say something like, "That's a beautiful dog. What's his name?" Or, "I always see you here reading mysteries. Do you have a favorite author?" Let the conversation grow naturally. If they respond warmly, great. If not, no pressure. The key is to keep it light and low stakes. The beauty of this approach, it doesn't feel forced. You're not trying to make friends. You're just being friendly. And often that's how the best friendships begin. 2. Reconnect with old friends or friends you've lost touch with. Now this one's a gem because it takes away that starting from scratch feeling. Think about people from your past, old coworkers, neighbors, even distant relatives you used to enjoy talking to. Reaching out to them can feel so much easier than meeting someone brand new. Here's why it works. You already have shared history. That means you don't have to explain your whole life story. They already know you. They might be feeling the same way. Many people over 60 wish they had more friends but don't know how to start. Your message could be the highlight of their week. How to do it. Send a simple message. Something like, "I was just thinking about you the other day and realized how long it's been. How have you been?" Suggest a low-pressure meetup. Coffee, a phone call, or even just exchanging letters or emails can reignite a friendship. You'd be surprised how many people say yes to reconnecting. And often, those old friendships pick up right where they left off, but even richer because of the years in between. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. But what if I don't have old friends to reach out to? Or maybe you're ready to meet entirely new people. Well, that's where our next method comes in, and it's one of my favorites. But before we get into that, let me ask you, have you ever tried reconnecting with someone from your past? How did it go? I'd love to hear your stories in the comments. And if you're finding this helpful so far, don't worry, we're just getting started. There are 2 more wonderful ways to make friends after 60, and I can't wait to share them with you. So let's keep going. You know, one of the most beautiful things about friendship is that it often blooms in the most unexpected places. And sometimes all it takes is showing up somewhere new, just once, to meet people who could become dear friends for years to come. Now, if the idea of walking into a room full of strangers makes your palms sweat a little, I completely understand. But here's the good news. There are ways to meet new people that don't feel intimidating at all. In fact, they can even be fun. 3. Join a group or club that matches your interests. This is where magic happens. When you're part of a group, whether it's a book club, a gardening society, a painting class, or even a gentle yoga group, you're automatically surrounded by people who share something you love. And that makes starting conversations so much easier. Here's why this works so well. You already have something in common. Instead of struggling to find things to talk about, you can dive right into a shared passion. Love birdwatching? So do they. Enjoy knitting? Now you've got a whole group to swap patterns with. It takes the pressure off. You're not there, just to make friends. You're there to enjoy an activity. The friendships grow naturally from that. How to get started. Think about what you love or what you've always wanted to try. Always been curious about watercolor painting? Look for a local class. Love to cook? See if there's a seniors cooking group in your area. Check community centers, libraries, or even online. Many groups now meet virtually, which can be a great way to dip your toes in if you're not ready for in-person events. Go once with no expectations. Tell yourself, I'm just going to enjoy the activity. Often that's when the best connections happen. And here's a little secret. In almost every group like this, there's someone else who's also hoping to make friends, but feels a bit shy about it. You might just be the person they've been waiting to meet. Step 4. Volunteer for a cause you care about. Now this one is special because it does double duty. It fills your heart and introduces you to wonderful people. When you volunteer, you're surrounded by folks who care about the same things you do, whether it's helping animals, supporting kids' education, or tending to a community garden. Why volunteering is such a powerful way to make friends? It gives you a sense of purpose. There's something incredibly uplifting about working side by side with others for a good cause. The focus is on the work, not on you. This can feel so much easier than traditional socializing because you're not sitting across from someone trying to make conversation. Instead, you're doing something together, and the talking flows from there. How to find the right opportunity. Choose something that feels meaningful to you. Love animals. A local shelter might need help. Enjoy being outdoors. A park cleanup group could be perfect. Start small. Even just a few hours a month can lead to meaningful connections. Pay attention to the vibe. Some volunteer groups are very social, with coffee breaks or outings, while others are quieter. Find one that matches your comfort level. I've heard so many stories from people who went to volunteer just to pass the time and ended up finding some of their closest friends. There's something about giving back that brings people together in the most genuine way. Now you might be thinking, but what if I go to one of these things and still feel too shy to talk to anyone? That's completely okay. Remember, you don't have to become best friends with someone on the first day. Even just showing up is a huge step. And here's something I've learned over the years. Most people are a little shy deep down. The difference is that some have just had a bit more practice pushing through it. The more you do it, the easier it gets, I promise. So let's recap where we are. We've talked about starting small in familiar places, reconnecting with old friends, joining groups, and volunteering. But there's one more key ingredient to making friends after 60. And it's something that can transform not just your social life, but your whole outlook. I'll share that with you in the next part because it's something truly special. But in the meantime, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever made a friend through a hobby or volunteering? What was that experience like for you? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next part. Because making friends after 60 isn't just possible, it can be one of the most joyful adventures of your life. Let's keep going. You know, as we've been talking about making friends after 60, there's something I haven't mentioned yet, something so simple, yet so powerful. It's this. Friendship starts within you. That might sound a little surprising, but think about it. When you feel good about yourself, when you're kind to yourself, when you believe you have something to offer, it shines through. People are drawn to that quiet confidence, that warmth. And the beautiful thing? You don't have to be loud or the center of attention to have it. So as we wrap up, I want to share this last essential way to make friends after 60, and it's really the foundation for all the others. The secret ingredient: be the friend you'd like to have. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about embracing the very qualities you appreciate in others: kindness, patience, a listening ear, and letting them flow naturally from you. Here's how this works in everyday life. Small gestures make a big difference. Holding the door for someone, offering a sincere compliment, or simply asking, "How's your day going?" can open doors to conversation. Listen as much as you talk. One of the most precious gifts we can give someone is our full attention. When you truly listen, people remember you. Don't be afraid to share a little of yourself. You don't have to reveal your life story, but letting someone know you enjoy gardening or that you're a fan of old jazz records gives them something to connect with. I'll tell you a secret. Many of the deepest friendships begin with tiny moments like these. A chat over shared tomatoes at the community garden, laughing together about the struggle to fold a map. These ordinary moments become the seeds of something extraordinary. A gentle reminder: friendship takes time. Now, I don't want you to feel discouraged if a connection doesn't turn into a close friendship right away. Real friendships, the kind that last, often grow slowly, like a sturdy tree. Maybe your first coffee with a new acquaintance is pleasant but not profound. That's okay. The second or third time you meet, you might find yourself sharing stories, discovering unexpected common ground. And if someone doesn't respond the way you'd hoped, that's not a reflection on you. It just means they weren't the right friend for you at this time. Your people are out there, bringing it all together. Let's take a quiet moment to reflect on what we've covered. 1. Starting small. In familiar places takes the pressure off. 2. Reconnecting. With old friends can feel like coming home. 3. Joining a group. Lets friendship grow from shared joy. 4th, volunteering connects you with kindred spirits. And now we've added this 5th, invisible but essential ingredient: being open, being yourself, and letting friendship unfold in its own time. Your next step, whenever you're ready. I'd love for you to try just one of these ideas this week. Maybe smile at someone at the grocery store, or look up a local group that sparks your interest. You don't have to do everything at once, just take one small step. And when you do, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Before we go, if this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. It helps others find it too. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel for more conversations like this. We talk about everything from staying active after 60 to finding joy in simple moments, because life after 60 isn't about slowing down, it's about savoring. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for spending this time together. Remember, the world is full of people who would be lucky to know you. You just haven't met them all yet. Here's to your next chapter and to the wonderful friendships waiting to unfold. Until next time.